Carmela goes above and beyond for the residents. She treats them like her friend, not a caregiver. She talks to them in respect, dignity. She's just that all-around wonderful associate.
Carmela is this very compassionate, loving, affectionate, wonderful person that goes in and gives her all to every one of those residents every time she's there.
I love all people. I love their stories. I listen to their little stories.
The day that we dropped my mom off, I talked myself off a ledge. Boy, I didn't want to leave her there. And you can't see them for the first 2 weeks, which I understand now, but it was hard to understand at that moment. And Carmela just, walked up to her and talked to her immediately and offered that sense of wholeness and a sense of pride that, I'll have her, she'll be okay. And when you come back in 2 weeks, she's still going to be okay. She's going to be better than you are probably.
I want them to be happy. I don't want them to feel sad. I want to make sure every day they're laughing and they're having a little good time for themselves.
When you go to leave is when the resident tends to get the most agitated because you're walking away from them. And I don't see that. If Carmela sees that you're getting ready to leave, she'll go over and start talking to your mom or whoever the resident is. And they tend to forget that you're leaving and they pay attention to her. When there was a winter storm and there was not a way for our family to get here to see my mom, she has a spa night every Wednesday night where my sisters come and they take her into the shower and then they, put Chanel bath powder on her, etc. And Carmela went in and did that because she knew my mom, really loves that night. So she knew nobody else could get here, so she went in and did that.
Sometimes when the weather is bad or they can't come, they call. And I make sure she gets a shower. I make sure she gets lotion. The lady, she's the boss. Yeah, I make sure she gets a glass of wine and she has her flannel little nightgown and the little fluffy slippers.
I find that I don't know what other job Carmela would be good at because she just is so compassionate with these people. It's heartfelt, she wants to be there, she knows them. I don't think it's a job to her. I think it's a place that she likes to go every day. And if you asked her if it was a job, she'd probably deny it because I think she just likes to go in and be with these people and take care of them.
You gotta love it. If you don't have a lot of love in you, you can't do anything. You gotta have it in you. It's in your soul. It's in your heart. That's what you do.
Jen has a way of connecting with people. Either have it or you don't. You can't fake it. It's either there or not, and she has it. It's in her. It's just natural.
My name is Jennifer Larson, and I'm the Director of Business Administration. My residents are everything to me. They're, like my parents and my grandparents.
They were very nervous. I mean, they didn't, they had lived in the condos for like 15, 20 years. And you could actually see them kind of relax because she put them at ease. And then they talked about anything to her.
We just clicked right from, I think, the day they walked in the building. Charlie has a fantastic sense of humor. We just kind of joked back and forth, and Teresa was just the most loving woman that I've ever met.
She became friends with both of them as a couple. She saw how they interacted, and I don't know, they just fell in love with her. All my mother wanted was to be with my father, and, well, she wanted to see him every day, which the family did, get him over there every day, but it was taking a lot out of him, too. And that was her dream, her dying wish. She wanted to be home with my father because he was her support and, You don't really realize that, like, growing up with them until you see them apart. And then it just breaks your heart after all those years. And every day she'd beg to go home. And it was just heartbreaking. And Jen found a way that the family we couldn't find a way, but she found a way to get her home. And I just am forever grateful to her for doing that for them.
I would go home at night when Teresa wasn't here, and I would just think about how I could put them back together, because that's what they deserved. Truly, that's what they deserved. You know, the caring and the lovingness between the two of them. Who should be together for 67 years and then be separated in the end? That's just wrong.
My mother would have died in a nursing home. My father probably would have died in the rehab because he was just had no desire to live. I mean, how can, and she brought them together when my mother needed it most. She granted her dying wish.
I would say nearly every day when visitors come in, someone makes a reference to John and something specially did for their family member that day.
I think John, because he knows my mother so well, he knows that she values her independence probably more than anything, and that she really wants to have an active voice in how she's taken care of.
When you come to work, you are ready to work, and you are ready to help your residents. Be happy, stay happy, laugh with them, make them, give them, let them have a good day.
My father was a doctor, was a physician, so he had pretty high standards of care. And John met, or definitely I would say surpassed his expectations. And beyond that was just someone he felt very comfortable with. So that was our introduction to John. When he pushes her in her wheelchair, he'll sing when they go outside, and he's always trying to look on the bright side of things. I'll never forget the day that my mom said to me, you know, we're missing a wonderful opportunity here. We could be learning Swahili. And so John got her a little book, and we started writing down phrases. You know, he would tell us phrases.
Amazing mama, amazing mama, amazing mama Pali.
I think John has the power to help my mother see that, you know, that there's a lot of meaning here, and it's fun, and it's joyful, and not only does she have a connection with him, but with all the other residents here and the staff. So it's something that gives her a reason to live.
You feel good. You are blessed with the good health so that you can be a blessing to somebody else.
John has been great with Mom. I mean, he is just so sensitive to her needs, that gender doesn't come into it. They are from different cultural backgrounds. John started working with her, and she said, that's great. That works for me. She gets upset, actually, when he's on days off, because she's like, okay, I don't want to do a shower that day, because John knows exactly what I need. He discovered a lump on her breast when he was in the normal course of daily bathing, and he knows what was normal and what was not normal, and said, "Oh, I don't think this is normal, Suzanne. We need to follow up on that." And he brought in the nurse, and it started us on the treatment plan that she's now on. And when she was first diagnosed, they were concerned that this was going to be quickly fatal. And that was over a year ago, and she's doing great. And John is the person that brought it to our attention. And because he's with her every day and could see the changes. So that single act, we think, is the reason she's still here today. We appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.